Mr. Speaker, I rise to beg that the House do now adjourn.
Notice of an item for debate on the motion of adjournment of the House has been received. The Honourable Member for Lunte.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for according me an opportunity to rise on a motion on adjournment to urge government to reduce the cost of living for the Zambian people. Mr. Speaker, many people have been complaining about many things. And as a matter of fact, the big issue that people have been complaining about is the cost of living.
Order. Honourable members, I urge the House to be calm. Let's avoid debating while he's seated and ensure that what the Honourable Member for Lunte is hate. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, I also take note of the interest the UPND members have in the cost of living, as has been exemplified by their leaving the House. Mr. Speaker, I wanted to say many people complain about many things. They have been complaining about human rights abuses. Some of them have been complaining.
Order. What is that? Members are leaving. Order. The clerks at the table, may you ring the bells? May you ring the bells? Honourable Member for Lumezi, this is a house of rules. As such, adhere. Order. Honourable Member for Chilubi, may you take your seat? Chief Whip, ensure that we talk to the members. Honourable Member, I'll name you. Let me teach you a lesson and give you some days. I'll teach you a lesson because
Good afternoon. You're tuned in to Parliament Television. Live pictures are on your screen as a quorum has not been formed. 1/3 of members of Parliament needs to be present in the House in order for business to be transacted. And so earlier on we did see Lunte Member of Parliament, Mr. Kafwaya, move a notice of subject for debate on the motion of adjournment. And this one is titled, Take Practical Measures to Reduce the Cost of Living. And so since a quorum has not been constituted, debate cannot go on. So we await for members of Parliament to come through into the chamber in order for the Lunte lawmaker to deliver his subject for debate, which is take practical measures to reduce the cost of living. And so we did have 4 questions for oral answer under standing order number 80. I beg your pardon, 3 actually, because the other question lapsed. Mr. Katambo was supposed to ask a question to the Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development, but apparently he was not in the House at the time that this question came up for consideration. So the House considered 4 questions for oral answer under standing order number 80. And of course, Matimba, we did have 2 motions being moved by Kamfinsa Member of Parliament, Mr. Kangombe.
Yes, the first one was titled Establish Legal Aid Offices in all districts countrywide, that in order to enhance...
The 5 minutes is up, but we'll still add another 5 minutes. So the counting starts, but the watch is not displaying. I think members should be able to see the 5 minutes that we've added.
And we saw members of Parliament adding their voices to this motion. When a question was put, this motion was adopted. The other one was titled, Formulate Guidelines on the Issuance and Management of Municipal Bonds, that this House urges the government to formulate guidelines on the issuance and management of municipal bonds. And this one was seconded by Mandevu Member of Parliament, Mr. Christopher Shakafuswa. When a question was put, this motion was also adopted.
All right, and like we mentioned earlier, Mr. Kafwaya of Lunte has moved the notice of subject for debate on the motion of adjournment. It's simply titled, Take Practical Measures to Reduce the Cost of Living. So a quorum has not been formed as yet. 1/3 of members of Parliament needs to be present in the House in order for business to be transacted. And so the second Deputy Speaker has allocated 5 more minutes for members of Parliament to come through into the House. If 5 minutes elapses, we will then call it a day. And so if you are able to hear, the bells are actually ringing, calling upon members of Parliament to come through to the House so Mr. Kafwaya can put his thoughts across regarding the notice of subject for debate on the motion of adjournment, simply titled, Take Practical Measures to Reduce the Cost of Living. And so we await for a quorum to be constituted as we leave you with live pictures coming your way from the chamber.